Hi all, Vanessa here from TaylorMade. So the first color that we're going to do as part of our blue, green, yellow, teal kit for our new summer recipes is going to be a darker blue, almost a navy. And we're going to do that by following our regular standard instructions that are in our kit. So we start with 10 mils of base. And then because this is a darker color, we're going to start with our darkest pigments and color concentrates to get us started. If you were making a light color, you would want to start with your lightest color. But for now, I am going to start with our blue liquid concentrate and get a nice dark base. So I know that I need a lot of this to work for me with this color. So I'm gonna start with 5 drops of this liquid concentrate. Okay, there's 5 there. And then I'm going to give this a stir. And then the next thing I'm going to add is going to be my really dark pigment, the 0080 pigment. You can see as I'm stirring this how intense the color is, and I tried to get the best lighting that I could so that you could really see how deep the color is and how intense the liquid concentrate is. You will notice though that just with this blue liquid concentrate, the characteristics of this when it is added to your base, it still makes it pretty translucent even though the color is very bright. So we can best change the translucency or the transparency of your polish by adding liquid concentrates and also your pigments. So as I mentioned before, we are going to add our really dark blue pigment here. So I did 1 full scoop, and you want to make sure that you are writing down your recipe as you go. So I'm going to be showing you exactly how to do that really quickly. But I also want to give you a good look at that color. So you can see that the texture of the pigment here does have some shimmer, but it's still a little translucent. So we're going to continue to add, not only to achieve the color we want, but to achieve the opacity that we want to. So we did 5 drops of the blue, and we keep our drops tracked in terms of tally marks. And then we did 1 full scoop of 0080. So one of the best ways that we can change the opacity, like I mentioned, was to add pigment, and then the other is to add liquid concentrate. The one that helps us the most with opacity is a white, but I don't want to lighten my polish too much, so I'm only going to add just a little drop here. Just having a few problems with that one. Let's try this one. Here we go. Okay, so we're going to be adding our white liquid concentrate, but again, we only want to add just a little bit here. So that was about 3 drops. There, came out just a little too fast, and sometimes that can happen. You can always correct for that. And then I want to stir. And you can see that lightened it up quite a bit, but it's still dark, very dark. So depending on exactly how dark you want this to be, you would either add more of the blue liquid concentrate. We have room for 2 more scoops of color, or we could lighten this if we wanted to. So as you could see, in here, the dark blue that we added is very dark. If I was going for a lighter blue, I could also tint that shade of the blue just a little bit with this really nice turquoise pigment that's included in the kit. But since I'm going for the navy, I'm going to add one more drop of my blue liquid concentrate. And a little bit goes a long way, and I know that I do have a really great foundation. I do just want to tweak it just a little bit darker. And then I also want to go just a little bit darker with the blue pigment. So I'm going to do a half a scoop of the 0080 that we added before. And don't forget to continue to document your recipe. If you're making this along with us, or if you're creating your own, the best way to recreate it when you run out, or if you want to take notes and switch something in the future, is to go back to your original recipe. So, and if you've made polish before with us, or you have seen some of our other videos, you know that you get two different scoops. The white measuring scoops, those are for measuring, and these bamboo sticks are the ones that we stir with. And you get two of the measuring scoops, one for light and one for dark. So your light pigments, you would use one, and for your dark pigments, you would use the other. And that's simply because the pigments can be wiped off, or if you're using two of the same pigments in the same color, it's all going to mix together anyway, so you really don't need to clean them. The impact is very minimal. Okay, so I'm just going to take a look at my color here. And I do want it just a little darker, so I'm going to add 2 more drops of blue. I want to be careful because I know that sometimes the colors can come out just a little fast, so I want to be really careful. And if you're working with your liquid concentrates, they don't seem to be too liquidy. Sometimes they need to be shaken up. Sometimes you just need to squeeze just a little bit harder to get them out. It just depends, but you want to just get a good feel for it before you start adding. Okay, I think that's about it. So I am going to just add those two drops to my recipe card. I'm going to place my bottle here and my funnel in the bottle, and then I'm gonna fill my bottle here. And then as I'm filling this, I want to make sure that I'm filling the bottle up to the shoulder of the bottle and not the neck of the bottle where the threads are for the cap. I want to stay below that, because once I add my cap back on with the brush, I am going to have some displacement, and I don't want my polish to overflow from the bottle. If you have questions on how to tweak your color, always know that you can send us a direct message and we can answer those questions for you, or you can follow along with your color guide that's included in your kit. And we have a full array of the different colors and actually how they work together, so you can also refer to that if you need some individual help. Okay, I have some more room in here, so I'm going to just make sure I get everything down in here, and then I will set this aside, put on my cap, and I am all set with my dark summer blue.